What if I told you that the most sympathetic characters in a movie are bank robbers, and by the end, you'll be rooting for them to get away with it? Picture this. The American dream is dying in West Texas, and two brothers are willing to risk everything to keep it alive. This isn't your typical heist movie where criminals are just greedy. This is a story that cuts deep into the heart of what it means to survive in modern America. Our story begins with Toby, a quiet divorced father drowning in debt, and his older brother Tanner, a career criminal fresh out of prison. Their family ranch, the only thing left of their heritage, is about to be foreclosed by the very bank that's been systematically draining their community dry for decades. But here's where it gets interesting. The ranch sits on oil deposits worth millions, but the bank is moving to seize it before Toby can secure the mineral rights for his sons. Talk about perfectly timed greed. So the brothers hatch a plan that's both brilliant and incredibly risky. They're going to rob branches of the very bank that's trying to steal their land, but with a twist. They only steal small bills, never more than what they need, and they're targeting the bank's own money to pay off their debt to that same bank. It's poetic justice with a shotgun. Their first robbery is almost comically simple. Small town branch, elderly teller, minimal security. They walk in, take what they need, and walk out. No unnecessary violence, no dramatic speeches. Just desperate men doing desperate things. But this catches the attention of Marcus, a Texas Ranger on the verge of retirement who's seen enough crime to smell when something doesn't add up. Marcus isn't your stereotypical law enforcement character either. He's sharp, experienced, and paired with Alberto, his half-Mexican, half-Native American partner, who endures Marcus's politically incorrect humor while proving to be equally skilled at reading criminal behavior. These two begin tracking the brothers, and what unfolds is a cat-and-mouse game where you genuinely don't know who to root for. The robberies continue, each one more tense than the last. Tanner, the loose cannon brother, starts enjoying the thrill a little too much, while Toby remains focused on the endgame. They're not just robbing banks, they're laundering the money through a casino, converting it to cashier's checks and funneling it back to pay off the loan. Plan is working, but the pressure is mounting. What makes this story incredible is how it explores the death of small-town America. Every location they hit tells the same story. Businesses closing, people leaving, communities withering away while big banks profit from the decay. The brothers aren't just fighting for their ranch, they're fighting against a system designed to crush people like them. Tension reaches its peak during a robbery that goes horribly wrong. What was supposed to be another quick job turns into a shootout when armed citizens intervene. People die, including innocent bystanders, and suddenly the stakes become life and death. This isn't glorifying violence, it's showing the brutal reality of what happens when desperate people are pushed too far. Tanner, always the wild card, knows that his criminal past makes him the obvious suspect. In a moment of heartbreaking clarity, he makes a decision that will haunt viewers long after the credits roll. He realizes that for Toby's plan to work, for his nephews to inherit something better than debt and broken dreams, someone has to pay the price. The final confrontation between the brothers and the Rangers is a masterclass in tension and moral ambiguity. It's not about good guys versus bad guys, it's about people making impossible choices in an impossible situation. Marcus, despite being the law, begins to understand what drove these men to crime. He sees the bigger picture, a system that legally robs people blind while criminalizing their attempts to fight back. When the dust settles and the smoke clears, the aftermath is devastating yet satisfying in the most complex way. Toby succeeds in saving the ranch for his sons, securing their future with oil money that will make them wealthy. But the cost is immeasurable. Tanner pays the ultimate price for their crimes, and Toby must live with the guilt of his brother's sacrifice. The final scene is haunting in its simplicity. Marcus, now retired, visits Toby at his ranch. Both men know exactly what happened, but neither can prove it or change it. They sit on Toby's porch, two men on opposite sides of the law who understand each other perfectly. The oil pumps in the background represent victory, but the empty chair where Tanner should be sitting represents the cost of that victory. What makes this story unforgettable is its refusal to provide easy answers. Were the brothers criminals who deserved punishment, or were they victims of a rigged system fighting back the only way they knew how? Is Marcus a hero for upholding the law, or is he complicit in a system that drives good people to crime? Beauty lies in the fact that all of these things can be true simultaneously. This isn't just a heist movie, it's a meditation on family, sacrifice, and the price of survival in modern America. It shows us that sometimes the line between right and wrong isn't a line at all, but a vast gray area where good people make bad choices for the right reasons. The brothers' story resonates because it reflects real struggles. Medical debt, economic inequality, and the feeling that the system is rigged against ordinary people. It asks uncomfortable questions about justice and whether following the law is the same as doing what's right. What do you think, was the brothers more justified in their actions, or should they have found another way? Let me know in the comments below and hit that subscribe button for more movie breakdowns that will make you question everything.